This is Group 4's presentation. We will be talking to you today about the Battle of Guadalcanal in 1942.
First, we will talk about the Japanese planning process about the attack at Guadalcanal.
The Japanese first planned to build fortifications on Guadalcanal soon after their loss at the Battle of Midway. They planned to build an airfield on Guadalcanal that they could use to easily attack Australia.
The Japanese forces arrived in Guadalcanal on June 8, 1942.
Now we will talk about what happened after the Americans arrived at Guadalcanal soon after the Japanese, actually about 2 months following their arrival. After the Americans realized that Japan was building fortifications on Guadalcanal, they quickly sent 19,000 men of the 1st Marine Division that were supported by Navy warships and supply ships.
The initial landing there went well, but after that, everything began to fail. The Japanese Navy counterattacked the night after we arrived. This forced the U.S. Navy to retreat. Unfortunately, our transports were only half unloaded.
After a while of fighting, the American force had begun to significantly weaken. The soldiers were coming down sick with tropical diseases that their immune systems were unfamiliar with. There was a lack of food, and we were low on ammunition. It nearly seemed as if the Americans were destined for defeat.
In fact, General Alexander Vandergrift, the general who commanded the invasion, stated 100 reasons why this operation should fail. As the battle continued to rage, the Americans gradually began to come out on top. The Marines proved resourceful and imperative as they tenaciously defended the airbase, called Henderson Field. This amazing defense helped the American force gain higher aerial strength, which proved vital to our success in the battle.
On February 9th, 1943, the battle ended. The Japanese had suffered huge casualties, while the Americans suffered a significant yet lesser death rate. The Japanese naval aviators were wiped out, with this being their most significant loss, although there was a great loss of ships on both sides.
However, the Americans still won the battle. This proved to the Japanese that they could no longer fight the increasingly strong United States military forces. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you learned lots about the Great Battle of Guadalcanal. This marks the end of our group's presentation. We are the Fellowship of the Allies.